I've tested and reviewed a lot of office and gaming chairs on the channel. Some were great, some were quirky, but there's only been a handful that have ended up being my daily driver, or sitter, the throne that I park my gamer cakes. I'm proud to say the chair that we're reviewing here today, the Kaiser 3, is my new daily driver, and it is my favorite chair that I have reviewed to date. It's not the most expensive, although it is pretty damn close, but it is the most feature-rich. At least it has features that I personally would use and find to be practical. So not RGB lights, not vibrating lumbar pillows that have a USB-C cable connected to them, but features like a magnetic head pillow that gives you way more adjustment than a traditional strap pillow. An internal built-in lumbar support that actually works and feels phenomenal on the small of your back. And my complaint with office or gaming chairs, the Achilles heel of them has always been the armrest. This has 4D adjustable armrests, which is nothing new, we've seen that before. However, these are removable with magnets and can actually be cleaned separately, not to mention they come individually packaged and are the highest quality I have ever felt. But we're going to look at the whole package today, everything from wheels, warranty to adjustability, and find out if this is the chair for you. A quick disclaimer for my audience, the Stallions and Stallionettes, this chair was sent for review, but this is going to be an honest, comprehensive review. I haven't been paid or told to say anything about it, so if there's any cons, shortcomings, or areas of improvement, you're going to hear about it. So these companies make better products over time. This chair comes in 2 sizes and 2 materials. The sizes are going to be large and extra large. Very useful size guide. The large is going to be recommended for 4'11" to 6'2", so a very broad range there. But you're going to want to keep that weight under 260 pounds. So if you're fighting in the heavyweight class, then my comrades, we've got one for you. The XL is recommended from 5'11". I barely make the cutoff there. 5'11" to 6'8". And the recommended weight, I don't know what happens if you're lighter than 170 pounds. I guess the chair just bucks you off and tells you to buy the lesser model, all the way up to 395 pounds. It's not Harley weight, but a lot of crotch rockets. Cool, you got the sizes out of the way. As for the materials, I have reviewed a slew of chairs covered in leather. A lot of times it's a pleather or leatherette, artificial leather. Most of the time it is. Sometimes you get that Napa leather, those expensive chairs that use micro suede or Alcantara trim. You've seen it on the channel. But I purposely selected this linen fabric, this ash or heather gray, if you will. And I'll touch on why I selected this material in just a second, but if you do go with the traditional PVC leather, which I do believe most gamers will, the colorways are simply sick as well. You have this black with gold stitching. You've got this sweet burgundy, spilling a glass of brandy on your carpet, not apologizing. And then you've got this cloudy white, which they originally wanted to send to me because they know I like white and black two-tone chairs to go with that Stormtrooper theme that we've got going on here. But no sir, no ma'am. I actually waited quite a bit longer for the model that we have here today. Creamy pink, very nice. This awesome teal or mint, they call it robin egg blue. This blaze orange, which you have to have a very specific theme or setup to go with that. And then this is extremely classy, this Bentley brown over here. And then if you take the linen fabric or cloth route, you're going to have 2 color options. You're going to have the ash gray that we're testing here today, and then you're going to have carbon black, which looks sick as fuck as well. Now, I don't know why it has this bar here that says pre-order. This chair is already released to the public. In fact, if you highlight one of these options here, usually it gives you an estimated, yeah, right there, will ship April 22nd. So that would be in 3 days. It's not really pre-ordering if the sucker's already on the market, you know? And this is the 2nd or 3rd model I have tested with internal lumbar support, and it is the best. However, it is not perfect, as there are a couple of areas of improvement which I'll touch on later. Just some small quality of life tweaks that I think will make the next version or iteration that much better. But the lumbar support is phenomenal, and it will be listed as a pro during that section. Everything has to have a marketing gimmick name, Mag Swap. It's the magnetized armrests, which do make cleaning a breeze. First chair I've ever tested that has a magnetic head pillow, which not only cosmetically looks better to not have that visible strap there, but also does let you adjust it several more inches. On traditional gaming chairs, when you have that little strap there, you only adjust your pillow from like here to here. That's about it. As where I've got about 6 inches for you. 6 inches of adjustment, that is. And when you've approached the point in time when you're ready to make it clap, you're ready because you've got mag clap technology. I wonder if it's that dramatic IRL, because this is just dwarfing its smaller brother here. As you can see, the bottom starts much lower in this picture here. I don't think it's that dramatic of a size difference. There's the Tookus support. Your rump is going to be well contoured because my buns are feeling extremely satisfied at the moment. You've got a Comfort Tech backrest. I'm telling you, marketing gimmick for every single component or part on the chair. But, you know, IRL, what does it do for you? It does allow for a maximum minimum of 165 degrees of reclinement, which is pretty much flat out. And you have a 15-degree rocking angle. You thought the marketing names were done? Nope. You've got your Dura Extra over here, which you thought you could find at your local convenience store in the birth control aisle. You buy them in the 12-pack? No, you don't. This is something else. This is artificial leather. Is this the same person with a different name? Daniel Atkins. And then this says Max Lord. That's the same chick. If you need a real testimonial, I gotcha. This chair is super dope. So starting with the packaging, I was a little bit underwhelmed with the box, the outside of it, the branding, and then also the inside of it was a little bit damaged. As you can see, my accessory box was smashed. However, none of the components inside were actually damaged, so that's good. But getting past that one hurdle, the included accessories, great. Everything was packaged individually and very well for its travels to me. I will say the instruction manual is phenomenal, as well as the included tools. The majority of the hardware is already pre-installed on the chair, and the majority of the chair itself is already pre-installed. There's very few steps that you actually need to do to get your chair up and usable. This is something I've pointed out in the past. Generally, more expensive flagship chairs are more pre-assembled. The hardware that's not installed is packaged very nicely instead of just thrown into a Ziploc bag with a one-page black and white instruction manual crumpled in there. Starting at the wheels, this has that double or split design where the center is stationary and then the outer two wheels do rotate, which does move along my low pile carpet very easy. I don't have to use a whole hell of a lot of strength to get sliding. As for the base, it is metal and feels incredibly secure. I do also like how well it was packaged. I've never seen a metal 5-way base or star or whatever the hell you want to call it, the base for the wheels, packaged quite that nicely and securely. The gas piston is very high quality. It does lift up a little bit slow, I will say. However, it feels very secure and strong. Then you get to the crack or the bottom support, which is very good. I was worried because there was a little bit of loose fabric. However, it tightened right up as I just sat in the chair for a couple days normally and broke it in. I will say the butt support is more on the firm side, which I actually do prefer. It does have some give and support, but it's not super soft where you're sinking into it. Also, the bottom pad doesn't have as aggressive as bolstering of some other gaming chairs where it folds in and basically hugs your hips and your butt in place. So if you are a larger gamer, you do have a lot more wiggle room and it's not going to be squeezing you in place. Now, the back is more aggressively bolstered. However, it is absolutely perfect for me, for my body style. I'm 5'11", 185 pounds. This fits me perfectly where it hugs me in, gives me support on the sides, but it's not squeezing me either, and I do have a little bit of wiggle room in here. The padding provides plenty of support in the back, and the best part is gotta be the lumbar support. You do have two knobs or dials, which I'll touch on in just a second because they should be repositioned. The knob on the left is for lumbar support, and you're gonna twist that clockwise to increase it or counterclockwise to decrease it. And the knob on the right is gonna be for moving the lumbar support up or down because everyone has a different height torso and you wanna get that lumbar support right there in the small of your back. While the lumbar support works and works well, I do wish these knobs could be moved down about 6-10 inches or maybe down here on the bottom rest, because in order to get to them, I have to reach my hand like that, which isn't the most uncomfortable thing in the world. It's not like I have to like dislocate my shoulder and swing it back round. If these could be lower, that would reduce shoulder tension there. Or if these knobs had to be in this position, that's fine, but you do have to work pretty hard to start getting any adjustment out of them. You feel like you're sitting there ratcheting it for a long time before you start feeling it shifting position in your back. So I do wish there was some way to have to spin that turn dial less to feel more adjustment. But other than that, having internal built-in lumbar as opposed to a pillow, this is just wonderful, stupendous. Back and crack support come together to make this a very comfortable chair. You combine that with the adjustability or adjustment from the armrest, the reclining, the rocking feature, which can be locked into position, which is great because most chairs don't allow you to do that, meaning you can rock and then lock. You rock it back and then lock it into its rocked back position, giving you some incline in your legs, which I think is very comfortable. You can lay this chair completely flat at 165 degrees, which is also very stable. I didn't feel like I was going to tip over at any time, thank God, because that would be terrifying. Then you also have tension adjustment for that rocking feature. How hard do you want to have to push against the floor in order to rock back? In its lightest position, it is very light to where you can recline effortlessly. And on the other end of the spectrum, it's pretty strong as well. The left lever is for the rocking feature, being able to enable and disable it, and the right is going to be for height adjustment with that hydraulic piston. As for build quality, the materials used, this feels phenomenal. Everything from the cloth, I'm assuming the PVC leather is also phenomenal quality, as I have reviewed a lesser model, the Phantom 3, which had PVC leather as well, and that felt great, so I'm assuming this more expensive model would have either the same leather or higher quality. But the pre-installed hardware looked and felt phenomenal. phenomenal. The armrest caps, which are individually wrapped, the instruction manual, the included tool, it just screams premium. As for the support pillows, you do have a magnetic headrest, which is fantastic. There's no need for a lumbar support pillow because you do have internal lumbar support, which kicks ass. As for the magnetic pillow, it's great. You have about 6 to 8 inches of adjustment up or down. You will find yourself in a dead zone where there's no magnetic support, but there is a lot of adjustment, much more than you're used to with a traditional strap pillow, and it cosmetically does look better not having a visible strap. It is also the perfect blend of being squishy and supportive, but also firm. This is my favorite gaming chair pillow I've experienced thus far. Now, what is usually the Achilles heel or the weakness of any gaming chair, flagships included, is going to be the armrest. However, not the case here. You do have 4D adjustment, which we've seen on the channel previously, which allows you to adjust forward and backward, up and down, and then inward and outward if you want to have your arms angled. The real killer feature here is going to be the actual surface material that your elbows are making contact with. It is very soft and supple, even if you've got some very bony elbows like these bad boys. They don't really dig in. It feels great. And also the surface material is a very slick, satiny, supple material. It feels great. And the fact that they're removable makes cleaning a breeze. If you got some sweaty arms or you spill something on these, just wipe them off. By far the best armrest I've seen on a gaming chair. By far. As for a warranty, all AndaSeat chairs do have a 2-year warranty. However, the Kaiser 3 series, which is what we're reviewing here today, does have an option to extend from 2 to 5 years. I took the bait. I clicked on it to see the terms and conditions. It is a 4-stepper. It is social media based. They want some advertising from you. So you're going to take some photos or videos of your new AndaSeat chair, post it on one of these platforms. We know that this one's the best, just period. Write them a review on their Facebook page, and then fill out this form with your order ID, just proving that you're the purchaser of the chair. I've made it clear in the past that I'm not a fan of these social media posts to extend warranty programs. However, this one doesn't offend me quite as much. I don't know why. I guess it just seems a little bit more lax. If you don't have an issue with these 4 steps, you can more than double your warranty from 2 to 5 years. Little note to the web editor. I'm assuming you're using WordPress or a similar service. This is a pre-populated section that says this is a description. It's very generic. It can be deleted and just clean everything up. It'll just have the learn more button to take them to that concurrent page. And luckily none of these are dead links or anything. They all go somewhere. Now the pros or benefits of going with a cloth material for your chair as opposed to PVC leather or some kind of a silicone leatherette material or even real leather is going to be primarily you don't have that dramatic temperature change where if your room gets very hot or very cold and you sit on leather, it's going to be super hot or super cold, as where the cloth stays pretty damn neutral. Yes, I'm inside of a house and this house does have an HVAC system. It has air conditioning and a heater. However, this room gets freakishly hot. When I'm using my PC, that bad boy heats up this room like nobody's business. A lot of times my dog is asleep on the floor. That's a big dog. Then I have a massive window right here. Great for natural light, terrible for beaming me in the face with heat. So this room gets pretty hot, and leather chairs have always reminded me, hey, I'm leather, and you know, your crack is going to be sticking to me for a while. Now, leather or faux leather is going to be easier to clean. You spill a soda or something on it, you just wipe it off. It just beads right off the top. It doesn't sink in, as opposed to you having to bust out a little pocket steam cleaner and get a stain out of one of these chairs. However, if it's something dry, for example, chip crumbs or something, you probably won't even know they're there on this design or that darker chair because it has that little speckle pattern through it like heather gray, which really does hide a lot of dirt. And last but not least is going to be cosmetically if you actually prefer the appearance of those cloth chairs. So what is the verdict? About to drop the judgment, but before I do, I have a question for AndaSeat. Does this count as my social media post for extending the warranty? I think it would. I think it should, because it said YouTube is one of the platforms, and I want that 5 years of coverage because something tells me I'm going to be sitting on this chair for a long time. King on the throne, so to speak. This is by far my favorite office or gaming chair that I have tested on the channel thus far, which is now in the double digits. Freakishly comfortable, but also not a cheap chair. This chair is linked in the description below, and I'll see you Stallions and Stallionettes tomorrow. Peace. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at GamerHeaven. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of GamerHeaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting GamerHeaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily, all the time, 60% of the time, sometimes, most of the time. Peace.